stage. He's going to let you know who he is, but he's a tall drink of water and a hilarious too. Start clapping right now for your next comic!
Hey, thank you. Keep it going for Kylie. Hey, Kylie, just a question. Kylie, did you pass that test?
I failed college, had to take it over the summer, eventually passed it.
But boom. Hey, and Kylie's 37. I'm now the oldest comic in the room. I'm 55 and a dad. And I got to say that it's that time of my life now. And done a lot of things, but it's time for me to retire from raising children. But the kids, it's beautiful because they really still need their dad for my money and my Netflix password. But most of all, they need me to do for one thing, and that is to leave them alone. But say again? Amen to that. But the thing is, my kids, they're grown, they still need me, but I've always been considered to be a great father. And I've never understood why, but my wife one time told me the reason for that, and that is because I think and I act like an 8-year-old boy. And she's right. One time I was drinking and we got into an argument at home and she made me go stand in the corner. Also, my retirement's coming up and she's like, well, we're going to have a party for you. I'm like, hey, great. And she goes, well, what do you want? And I said, well, of course, I need a bounce house. But most of all, the one thing that makes me act like an 8-year-old boy is my humor. And that is because I love dick jokes, making fart noises, and talking about boobies. You like that too, huh?
Makes America great.
Makes America great, yes. But my son, he told me that there's another reason why I'm a good father, and it's why he appreciates that I'm in comedy now. And that is because I'm a walking dad joke. And he told me they're called breasts, Dad. And I call them titties anyway. So, the thing is, though, raising children, my father growing up, I mean, I was a decent kid, but there were times when I acted up, and he always said, he would always say that, Billy, you just wait until you have children. And I was like, 30 years on, I'm thinking, you know what? My dad was right, because I've had it way easier than him. My kids, and I don't know if there's parents or wannabe parents in the room, doesn't look like they are, but I want to give you a piece of advice for when you have kids and you need to raise children, and you need to discipline them sometimes. Well, the thing is, you do not have to raise a hand to them. You don't even have to yell at them. Just listen to this piece of advice. You've got to do one thing. Your kid steps out of line, they smart off to you, they drop the F-bomb, and all you gotta do is one thing. Follow them on Snapchat. And but if they keep acting up, all you need to do is just comment on one of their posts. But the good thing is that if none of that works, you just knock it up a couple of notches, and you follow their friends, and you comment on their posts as well. I did that. My daughter said, "Dad, boundaries," and I think it's great parenting, but my family thinks it's kind of creepy. But one thing is that my kids have listened to one thing I've taught them, and that is to travel the world before they get older and get somebody else to pay for it. And they've enjoyed traveling the world on my dime. But the thing is, if you're traveling overseas, I've got a big recommendation for you. You do not rent a car. You use the local ride shares, because they're just as knowledgeable as drivers in the United States. They tell you all of the local sites, tell you all the local things to do. And there's one other thing that makes them similar to the United States. None of them speak English. I want to close now. I got about a few minutes. I want to talk about my trip to Hawaii. we had a great trip recently, and we learned a lot. Starting with the food, my family and we found the best pineapple ice cream in all of Hawaii at the weed store. And it goes great with their brownies. That, and we learned the language. We learned aloha, which means hello, ohana, which means family. And also we learned that the Hawaiians have a name for that person who throws shakas everywhere. It's douche. But most of all, we had the experiences. We went hiking. We went ocean canoeing. I went swimming. We spent our days at the beach. And all I need now is a tribal tattoo, and I'll get my ticket punched for a free bowl of ice cream at the weed store. And I'm Billy Harper, and I'll give it back to Kylie. That's my time.
Give it up for Billy. One more time. All right. Guys, let's talk about the elephant in the room right now, right? Oh, man, Canada's out here